Here we are with the sixth experiment, which says that you have to do multi-threading. Here means you have to create 3 threads. First thread, it is generating a random number every 1 second. Okay, after every 1 second a random number will be generated. Second thread should compute the square of the number which is generated by the first thread. Third thread is computing the cube. First thread is generating a number, second thread is generating the square, and third thread is generating the cube of that number with a 1 second delay in between. Okay, so this is multi-threading. So this multi-threading concept you have already learnt in the operating system. Thread is a smallest unit of a program. So here a program is having 3 threads. Separately they are specifying 3 threads plus 1 thread for main program. So here we are having 4 classes. One is first, second, third, and one is main class. So totally 4 classes will be there here. So 4 threads. So how this multi-threading can be done, we will be seeing here. So as we have already learnt in the theory, thread can be created in 2 ways. One is either implementing the runnable interface. One is implementing the runnable interface, and second is by extending the thread class. So we are using both the methods in this program to create a thread. Let us see how we are doing it. So in the first line here, what we are doing, we are importing dot star here, java.util.star, in the sense all the packages will be imported here. So first, next we are creating a class. Its name is second, and it is implementing runnable class. Implementing is just you are inheriting the runnable class. So here we are using the word implement. When you are using the word implement, runnable is a interface. When you are using the word extends, then runnable will become a class there. So what is the difference between an interface and a class? So in interface, just you are having the abstract functions for which you are going to write the body of those functions. Okay, so that is an interface. Now here we are having the second class, which is implementing the runnable interface. In that second class, I am declaring a variable, that is public x. X is a type of integer. Next, what we are doing here is public second int x. This dot x is equal to x. What is this? See, the name of the class is second and the name of the function is also second. So what is this second here? Yes, it is a constructor. So we are using the constructor to initialize the variable x here. See, in the parameter also we are passing a variable as x only. In the class variable also we are having the x. So which x variable? I want this x variable to take the value of this x variable. So if I just write x dot x is equal to x, the compiler will be in ambiguity. Which x should I use? Therefore I am using a keyword called as this. What does this mean? This refers to the object of the current class. So which is our current class? Second is our current class. Even though we are not declaring the object, this will become the implicitly the object of this second class. So this dot x means this dot x is equal to this x. So like this we are assigning the value of one x to the another x. Next we are having the run. So whenever implement word is used, interfaces will be coming into picture there. So in the interfaces, this run function will execute first. Okay, what we can do in this run function, what is to be actually done by that function, what is the logic of that program, that will be written in the run function. So what we have to do, second class should compute the square, is it not? So I am just printing a result here. Second thread, square of a number is square. How it can be calculated? X into x, is it not? So whatever x we have got here, it will be squared up. So this will be done by the class second. So this is ending the run method and this is ending the second class. Similarly, we are going to the third class. Third class is again implementing a runnable class here. Again here we are taking a x variable and assigning the argument x to the class variable x using this object. This object we are doing that. So now what this third class should do? It is cubing the value of x. So x into x into x. It is cubing the value of x. So this flower bracket or this brace will complete the run method. This will complete the next, that is third class. So after that third class, what we are having? First class. So in the first class, what we are doing? We have to generate a number and call that second class and the third class. So this is a new class here. Class first extends thread. See here, this is the one more method of creating a thread. Till now we have seen how we are implementing an interface and creating a thread. Here we are creating a thread using the extends keywords. Extends means inheritance. Whatever classes and variables are present in this class thread, all those variables can be accessed by this first class variables. So now here directly we are having the run method. In that what we are doing? We are generating we have to generate a random number. So to generate a random number, first we have to create the object. So random is a class which is already present in the Java programming language. We are creating the object of this random class. R is a object of this random class using the new operator we are creating. Here object, why we are using new operator everywhere? Because we have to create the objects or the arrays dynamically. That is why new keyword is used here. Next, we are putting some block of code into try block. As I have explained in the previous video, suppose if we feel that some part of code is going to generate an exception, abnormal condition, then that part of code will be put inside the try block. So what we are doing here is generating a random number and calling the second and the third thread here. How we are doing that? Let us see. I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I is plus. Starting from 0 to 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 5 times a number will be generated here. How? Let us see. Num is equal to r dot next int of 100. Num is a variable. R is what? R is an object of a random class. Dot next int. Next int means it is reading an integer number. What is this 100? This 100 is a range. From 1 to 100, any one random number is generated. When I is equal to 0, one random number is generated. Then what we are doing here? First thread generated a number. Whatever the number is generated, that will be printed here using the system.out.println class. Okay. Then in the next line, what we are doing here? We are creating one thread here. Thread T2 is equal to new thread. So this T2 is a new thread which is calling the, see here, one more object is created here. Inside one object, nesting of objects this is, okay. So inside this one more thread is called, that is new of second of num. What does second do? Second will compute its square. T2 dot start. When T2 dot start function line has come in the program, then it will directly go to the run method of second class. Okay, it will go directly to the run method of the second class. Then square will be printed. Next T3 is equal to new thread, and again inside nesting of thread is done here. One new object is created which is calling the third class. What third class is doing? It is creating the cube. So T3 dot start means it will go to the run function of the third class. And what will be happening here? So for the first, when I is equal to 0, one number is generated, its square is calculated and printed, and its cube also is calculated and printed. Thread dot sleep, this means it is giving a delay of 100 milliseconds, which is 1 second as per our problem statement. Okay, after 1 second the next number is generated. I is equal to 1. One more time this part of code will be executed. I equals 2. One more time, like this till I is less than 5. This all parts will be executed. So this is completing our try block, and here this is this is completing the for block. This is completing the for block. This is completing the try block. So for every try there has to be a catch block. So if it does not execute with any errors, then good, well and good. But if some exceptions are generated, then those exceptions should be handled. So what we are doing, just if exception, any type of exception is raised by a try block, then here its message we are printing using this get message function, which is present in the catch or Java. In any exception class we are having that get message function. Okay, now this is the main class here, which is calling the first thread. See, if you call the first thread, that is enough, because in the first thread itself it is calling the second thread and the third thread automatically. So we have to first call the first thread here. That is what we are doing in the main function. So main function is present in the multi-thread class. So the name of this Java class should be given as multi-thread. Then what we are doing, we are creating an object of the first class here. First A is equal to new of a first. A is a object. So I am going to start it. So A dot start means it will directly go to the run method of the first class. So when it is going to the run method of first class, what is there? There we are generating one random number, calling the second function and calling the third. So like this 5 numbers will be generated and the square and cubes will be found. Let us see the execution of this one. So I have already done the execution here. Just I will run this one. See here, now I have run. So we have directly got the output here. No need to take the input. See, first number, random number generated is 81. It's square, it's cube. Second number 37, it's square, it's cube. Third number 91, it's square, it's cube. Fourth number 59, it's square, it's cube. Fifth number 71, it's square and it's cube. So 5 numbers are generated and their square and cubes will be printed.